Welcome to these presentations on the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments benefit Christians, non-Christians, human governments, nations, and citizens. To introduce these benefits of the Ten Commandments, here from history are some examples. The years mentioned are all Christian era years. The quotations are my words for the actions described. A beginning of the Christian era. Rome rules Judea. Rome practices patria potestas. Patria potestas means father power. Rome practiced father power. At childbirth, a father said, thumbs down, throw away that baby, or thumbs up, keep that baby. The Ten Commandments, Commandment 6 reads, you shall not murder. So Christians came with a better way than patria potestas. 51 or 52, Corinth. The gospel comes to Corinth. Corinth had an upper city and a lower city. Upper Corinth, a high flat hilltop in the center of Lower Corinth, had on it pagan temples, idols, and there lived temple prostitutes. Lower Corinth, much larger, was a city itself with a large population for its time. On certain worship days, Sabbath-like days, upper city temple prostitutes would descend to Lower Corinth to lead Corinthians in worship. Worship included cult prostitution, women with women or men, and men with men or women, whatever your preference. Then the gospel, including the Ten Commandments, came to Corinth. From the Ten Commandments, the second, fourth, and seventh read, you shall not make for yourself an image. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. You shall not commit adultery. So Christians came to Corinth with a better way that soon was practiced more and more. About 60, a little ways south of Barcelona, Spain, is the ancient town of Tarragona, then Tarraco, the traditional landing place of the Apostle Paul in Spain. Whether Paul actually set foot in Spain, we're not totally sure. But the gravestones of Tarragona clearly indicate that some missionary did indeed arrive there in the second half of the first century, and as a result of his work, many people were converted to Christ. Toward the end of that first century, a remarkable change appears on the gravestones. Instead of the grotesque figures of evil spirits, weapons of war, and scenes of violence, and sayings of hopelessness, Christ's cross begins to appear, along with words such as asleep in Jesus, died in the Lord, asleep until Jesus comes. Christians brought future hope to people. 312. Christianity is now legal. Christians are many in number. Constantine, a Christian, becomes Roman emperor. Christianity becomes a legal religion, also the dominant religion. 394. Olympics. Greek Olympic Games began, historians tell us, more than 1,000 years before 394. At the center of the Olympic arena was a huge temple to the Greek god Zeus, and on the grounds temples to other Greek gods. Before the games began, Zeus was worshipped. In the middle of the games stopped long enough to sacrifice 50 bulls to Zeus. After the games, Zeus was again worshipped, praised, and thanked. Greek thinking was, Zeus is God, but from the Ten Commandments, the first and second read, You shall have no other gods before me, and you shall not make for yourself an image. Thus, in 394, Christians ended the Olympics for religious reasons, not athletic reasons. Christian thinking about athletics, by the way, is this: for physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come. 1 Timothy 4, verse 8. 404 arenas. Rome and many Roman cities had amphitheaters or arenas. People patronized these arenas evenings. One arena event was that gladiators fought other gladiators, often to the death of the defeated gladiator. Arena patrons cheered, saying, "Stab them with your sword, to cut them, bloody them, cut them all up, kill them." In addition to gladiator murders were Christian martyrdoms in the arenas. From about the year 50 to 312, especially during times of the 10 great persecutions, popular arena activities included throwing Christians into arenas with wild animals, such as hungry lions. Arena patrons leered and cheered, saying, "Attack them, bite them, kill them, eat them." By 404, there were enough Christians to stop arena gladiator fights and throwing Christians to hungry lions. Soon afterward, other arena activities became less popular too. 500 to 1517, Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, the Roman Catholic Church, now dominant in the West, gradually used the 10 Commandments as a guide to write what is called canon law, church law, governing the Catholic Church. Also, canon law became the basis for civil law. Thus, 10 Commandments influence spread. 1517, a Reformation. The Reformers, Martin Luther, John Calvin, and others, taught what they called 3 uses of the 10 Commandments. The first use, the primary use, was the civil use, that is, the 10 Commandments for state, law, and society's good. Also, the Reformers taught a 2-part purpose for civil government: to restrain evil and to promote conditions for good to thrive. The 10 Commandments and the purposes of restraining evil and promoting good became deeply embedded in Western cultures and the United States. 1776, United States. The Constitution was approved. A few years later, the amendments. The 10 Commandments as light and guide shine and show throughout. But if we do not know the 10 Commandments, then those commandments cannot serve us for personal lifestyle, human government, and law. And if the 10 Commandments do not guide us and light our way for our living, we can expect bad things to happen and increase, including that people ignore God or even disdain and disobey God in the Bible, Commandments 1 through 4. Dishonor God-given authority against Commandment 5. Murder against 6. Adultery against 7. Stealing against 8. Lying against 9. And coveting against 10. Sadly, all of the above are increasing in the United States of America today at a rapid rate. In the United States, we have more and more crime, court cases, jail occupation, jail space needed, more dangers to the public, unsafe streets and neighborhoods, and other problems. This is not the case in Muslim countries. Wrong as Islam may be in many ways, Islam does respect the 10 Commandments. Muslim countries are safe. The United States is not. For example, some 70 years ago when I was in kindergarten, I walked 1.1 miles to and from school every day safely. My parents did not worry about me. Now my children hardly dare let their children play in their own yards unobserved and unsupervised because sexual deviants and predators ride around in cars looking for children to capture, abuse, and even murder. Further, with less and less of 10 Commandment influence, we are becoming more and more days of Judges times, as the book of Judges describes this way. In those days, Israel had no king. Everyone did as they saw fit. And fit was not very good then or now. Therefore, we're wise to think through and learn the 10 Commandments. To conclude, may the 10 Commandment presentations that follow help us all. Thank you for listening.